there, this is Lynanne again for Nutrition and Strength. I'm going to start a series that I'm going to call Small Steps. I was talking to someone who said to me, everything you've done for your health in the last couple of years, you just need to break it down for us so that we can learn from you. And I thought that's a great idea. So I'm going to start with my small step number one, and that is just stay hydrated. This is an easy thing to do. It costs you nothing. In fact, it will cost you less than you're actually paying for liquids right now. Because my recommendation, based on my experience in losing weight and regaining some mental health and just generally feeling better, is that water is the way to go. What does water do? What water does for us, here's a short list. It gets rid of waste through urination, perspiration, and bowel movements. It keeps your temperature normal. It lubricates and cushions your joints, and it protects your sensitive tissues. I find it interesting that some of the things that you hear really common health complaints can actually be solved by hydration. I think this is an interesting list. You might have headaches, you might have dry skin, you might experience dizziness, weakness, heart palpitations, inability to sweat, muscle cramps, constipation, and even kidney stones are related to not getting enough water. So we're 60% water. We need water in order to live. The way we get water is by ingesting water. These things are very basic. How much water do we drink? Take your weight in pounds and divide that weight in half, and that tells you exactly how much water in ounces you should be drinking. So for example, I'm about 130 pounds on any given day. So what does 65 ounces of water look like? Here's my 2-quart jar. This is part of it, and then I have to follow that up with a little bit more. So this is supposed to be my daily water intake. And you look at this giant jar and you're like, wow, that's a lot of water. But actually, it's not that much water. You can easily think, like, if I divided this into like 8 portions and just over the course of a 12 to 16 hour day, I mean, if I'm awake for 16 hours, this means drinking 1/8 of this amount every 2 hours. That's really not being obsessed with constantly drinking water. So I want to point that out, that when you're staying hydrated, it doesn't mean that you're drinking water every 5 minutes. You're actually drinking a reasonable amount of water for your body weight over the course of the day. So let's talk about that. How do you get this much water down? Now, if you're overweight, and I can say from experience, I wasn't that overweight, but I was about 30 pounds overweight, which means drinking another 15 ounces of water. And I have to say, when I first started doing this, it was really difficult, but it was also a really good motivator to stay on my diet. So I drink less water. All right, so what are my favorite ways to get water into my system? Well, the very first thing in the morning, I have to take a pill on an empty stomach. So it's really nice to be able to just drink an 8-ounce glass of water with the pill that I have to take. And there you go, 8 ounces, check. All right, a little bit later then, I might decide it's time for breakfast, and oftentimes I'll make a breakfast smoothie, and I'll dump an extra cup of water in my breakfast smoothie, and I think that counts. So we've got 8 ounces of water in the breakfast smoothie. We've got 8 ounces of water that I took with the medicine. I'm already 16 ounces in. I'm going to write this down. So I got 16. And then, a little later in the morning, I work afternoons, so my mornings tend to be really slow. Now, if you're on the run first thing in the morning, you're going to have to maybe just think about your day. So I'm giving you the example of my day, when I have time to just sort of sit around and hydrate. And so the next thing I might do is get a cup of herbal tea, and this cup actually holds just over maybe about 10 ounces. So I'm at 26 ounces of fluids. Now, herbal tea, because coffee won't count. I don't count coffee because coffee tends to have a dehydrating effect on the body. So if it's herbal tea, then you can count it. And if you're a big herbal tea drinker, you're drinking herbal tea throughout the day, then that's fantastic. You're hydrating. After that, maybe at lunch, make sure that you have a glass of water with your lunch. Now, again, I work afternoons, so I'm gonna eat lunch. Okay, so I'm at 26, and now I'm adding. So I'm at 34 ounces. If I have another 8-ounce glass of water, just a glass like this, at lunch, and maybe for lunch I have a broth-based soup, so maybe I have another, say, 6 ounces of water. So now I'm at 40 ounces. I'm more than halfway there. I haven't even left for work yet. So broth-based soups, I like to count in my hydration count for the day because they're mostly water. So then when I leave for work, I'm going to be on the road all day. I'm a traveling piano teacher, and I love containers like this. This actually holds 24 ounces of water. I've been sipping on it already. It started out with some ice in it, and it has some limes in it. You can use any kind of fruit. I love dumping a little bit of frozen fruit in there. One of my favorite combinations is lemon and parsley. It's a really refreshing drink, or maybe lemon and cucumber. Cucumber is great in this kind of water. So you just take this with you throughout the day, and then I'm just sipping on it pretty much between lessons. I just like take a sip of water, and by the time I've come home from the day, I've got another 24 ounces of water in my system. So where am I? I have now reached 64 ounces of water, and I didn't even have water with dinner. So when I get home, maybe I have another cup of tea before bed, or if I'm exercising. Obviously, when you're exercising, or if you take a long walk and you get sweaty, you should drink more water. But I just wanted to use that as an illustration. I didn't even get to dinner time, and I already hit my 65 ounces of water. Water is really important for you, and I would highly encourage you, as a small step, just to start out your journey of health, drink more water. It's awesome. You may find yourself feeling a little less lethargic. You may find yourself just feeling a little more clear in your head, and that's a fantastic thing. Wouldn't it be great if that was all we had to do? But stay tuned, there will be more small steps to follow. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, thumbs up, and if you'd like, subscribe to my channel. Thank you. I'll see you next time. I forgot to mention this product. Plain sparkling water without any added sugar or fruit juice is also a great way to hydrate, as long as you're comfortable with the ingredients. You'll notice here I've made sure that it's gluten and lactose free because that's really important to me. So there you go, another way to kind of spice up your water consumption.